Thank you so much, everyone. Good afternoon. We are so excited to be here to talk about Juice Perfect's logistics transformation for the modern customer. The first thing that we thought about was the need that Juice Perfect addressed. The fail to meet customer quality and delivery expectations is something that could not be predicted, given the everlasting change of the modern customer, the need for personalization and customizations. So we asked ourselves a question: how can Juice Perfect utilize technology to build efficiencies in order to, one, decrease costs, and two, increase customer satisfaction so that our customers can keep coming back to us and we can continue delivering to them that freshness that they've come to expect and love? There are several problems that we found in the data sets that we were provided with. Late deliveries, product quality and spoilage, 22% of orders were bad orders, quality control, orders going out that were wrong, and product quality and damage that occurred perhaps in transportation. The solutions that we came up with were not all encompassing. We have a lot of questions that we still want to ask, but it does meet Juice Perfect's need to be fresh, focusing resources on effective supply handling. I'm going to address the customer centricity aspect. Juice Perfect will put its customer in the center of its operations and look outside in to meet those needs. Fleet modernization, connected processes and fixing processes, and route optimization to ensure that we have the best delivery networks we can to meet our customer needs. But what does that look like for a customer experience manager? It all comes down to the data. A customer centricity view would provide our managers with a variety of metrics that they can use to ensure that orders go out, returns are met, customer expectations are met, gross margins, and that we can continue operating. But all of this will really empower us to make the decisions that we need and have the conversations that we need to have with ourselves and with our customers to ensure that the quality of our products is what our customer sees and what our customer gets. And Adam will discuss how that can happen.
So obviously quality control and monitoring is a big part of our customer focus. Our aim is to reduce returns due to quality deficiencies through a robust quality control and monitoring process. Of the about $4.7 million in revenues in the pilot data that we had, $500,000 worth of merchandise was returned. And so we think that we can help fix this by focusing on quality through tracking freshness, handling the product with care, making sure shipments are complete and accurate, and also making sure management is remained alert and notified of any potential quality concerns. So with respect to freshness, we are delivering a fresh juice that can spoil. One way that we thought that we might be able to track freshness is by having a dummy bottle from each batch placed in each shipment, whereby we can track the pH level and the relative acidity and monitor whether or not this product is spoiling in real time as it's on its way to the customer. Rather than have customers return product to us once we deliver it to them if it is spoiled, we want to know ahead of time if it's going to be spoiled so we can turn that back around and get them something that they would prefer to accept. Handling products with care. Our workers that are responsible for loading and offloading should be trained to handle shipments with care and also trained in processes to spot check and make sure that products that are delivered to customers are free of damage. And this includes, broken bottles and other issues that might happen. Another problem that we've seen is customers getting incorrect orders. We want to make sure that shipments are complete and accurate. Juice crates can be outfitted with RFID tags at the point of packaging to make sure that the products that are included in shipments are the products that the customers ordered. Finally, we want all of this to be integrated into our real-time fresh management system so that management can be alerted wherever there are quality issues, whether that's due to products about to be spoiled en route to the customer, damaged products, or shipments that weren't completed. And this also will tie to our tracking and monitoring of our fleet system that Sam is going to talk about now.
The fleet management system has one of the best qualities, real-time data. In my experience as a U.S. Army logistics officer, one of the things that I wish I had during my experience downrange was updated real-time data so I could be in touch with my soldiers. Now with this, Juice Perfect uses the dashboard to connect both driver to fleet manager, and we provide 3 key benefits. The first one being the fresh system that Adam alluded to. We can manage both quality assurance in order to make sure that we get the right order number delivered. And two, we monitor the pH system so that both the driver and fleet manager can assess whether or not the product we're delivering is fresh. Second, we want to update route planning to make sure that we can update to current real-time traffic conditions. If there's a storm, a road closure, or tolls, we want to be able to update the driver in real time so that he doesn't arrive late to deliver to the customer and thus lose that business. And lastly, the key thing about predictive maintenance is so very important. If we don't predict and actually put forward operations and plans to provide maintenance to our trucks, they're going to break down. This system fixes that. And with our system overall, we believe that Juice Perfect can deliver the next best quality product to our customer. But there's one key thing that my colleague Gerardo will talk about, and that is route optimization.
Gerardo, you're muted.
You're muted, Gerardo.
Thank you. In order to implement our route optimization, the first thing that we did was to define the objective function. In our case, was to minimize the number of late shipments. Now, the decision variables that we have in order to accomplish this goal changes depending on the routes that we were dealing. We have single route serve locations and we have multi-route serve locations. Let's start with the multi-route serve locations. In the case of Idaho and Nevada, both of these locations can be addressed by the warehouse 1 and the warehouse 2. So the next step that we did was to analyze what were the main reasons behind the late shippings. So, and the analysis showed that it was the traffic conditions. The next step that we did was to analyze, like, as a decision variable, we can decide what route can cover a certain customer. So we analyzed the traffic patterns and we saw that they were proportional inverse. That means that when one route, for example, for the Idaho, one route had high traffic, the other one have low traffic. And then we can actually reshuffle the others and to give the order from one route to the others. Now let me show you in a more granular analysis what we did with the case of Nevada. So what we started looking was using the data to identify high traffic patterns. After the high traffic patterns, we analyzed when were the place ordered and when was the place pick up. And then we realized that in March, in April, in June, the 3 orders that were late were pick up in the days that were also have high traffic. So the intention was to shift